G'day team, another garage gym update for you. It's just after 6th of August, so end of financial year. Not quite bonus time yet, so I might be able to squeeze one more thing in before the year finishes, but let's have a look at my Facebook find today. Righto, so walking through, I've spent a few hours trying to reorganise everything, so I think I've mentioned once or twice the rule is with the missus is that I'm not allowed to go past this black mat here. So let's recap on what we've got so far. So we have a chest supported T-bar row and a hammer strength style converging chest press, both from Ultron WA. I've got just a cheap, I think it's a World Gym back extension, but I like it because it is nice and stable and it's really light. So as you can see with how crowded I'm getting, I do need to be able to move a couple of things around just to get access to certain machines. Old Highlander leg extension with 125 kilo stack. Eventually, hopefully I'll get a leg curl, leg extension combo and I'll be able to get rid of that to make some more room. IPF spec press bench, currently having to store up right there to make some room. Specialty bars, Smith bar, trap bar, safety squat bar, curl bar. There's a tricep bar there in the back, and we'll zoom out a little bit. And zooming out, you can now see the ATX Frankenstein half rack. I call it a Frankenstein half rack now because I've added in a very nice World Fitness Pro half rack slash Smith machine. So I took the base off it in another video. I mentioned it, and as you can see I've just attached it with a couple of high tensile bolts to the original base, and then I've also just put another couple of plates connecting it front and rear. Sideways movement is absolutely fine, but that'll stop it from bending back or forth if I ever decide to throw a real heavy squat at it. Got my ATX landmine handles back there for unsupported T-bar rows. I've got the repurposed ATX 80mm by 80mm jammer arm, which is now a permanent belt squat. Works absolutely wonderfully. And funnily enough, since adding in the Smith machine, I no longer need to put in the dodgy band peg side handles through the side of the rack. The Smith machine bar makes an awesome set of handles for it. Plates are now on the back of the rack to give me a bit more sideways movement. Force USA Olympic weightlifting bar, again faster Team 2.0 barbell I think, which is now my beta bar. I've got an iron edge needle bearing barbell there, 15 kilo for my wife, and there's a kids aluminium bar there from SMAI. My wall storage there with a few things. Air bike now has to go here, simply to make room for the new machine that I bought today, but thankfully it's got wheels on it so it rolls out of the way nice and easily. Remember, I could fit more stuff in here, but I need to be able to park the car still, so if that rolls in there when I want to park stuff. Synergy seated leg curl, it's the only thing in here that is not yet painted black, and I'm sure I'll get round to it one day. Space for the new machine, which I'll do the big reveal at the end. There's the seated side lateral raise machine. It's a Maxim machine, really good bit of kit. There's me 22-inch screen Pro Form bike. Do a bit of cardio on that. SMAI dumbbell rack. Bottom row is on the floor. That goes up to 50 kilos. I don't have all the increments. It's 2.5 kilo increments up to 35 kg and then 5 kilos after that. Kettlebells. Used to do CrossFit years ago. Now following that John Meadows school of thought, these are basically my rear delt raise weights. If you're not sure what that's about, just Google John Meadows rear delt raise. You'll probably find the video, but the short version is it's rear delt laterals just feel so much better with kettlebells than they do with dumbbells. Little fridge. Got one of two Harman Kardon surround speakers there. which really get the place amping if I want to, but most of the time I just listen to Bluetooth headphones, don't like to bother the neighbours. Plug in there for the phone so I can screen that to the TV for Machiavelli motivation. The body solid leverage squat has had to relocate over here to make new for the new machine. Good bit of kit. That's the one that I got for free that was covered in rust, resprayed, new pads, looks good. A couple of handles that I've added, which make it a really good Viking press. Then I've got the cheap, it's a Nordic track treadmill, not a particularly good one, but it gets the job done just for moderate cardio. There's the no longer sold in Perth, but it's a Trojan Fitness branded leg press hack squat. I really do like it. There's a couple of people that reckon the range of motion is a problem, but I can get the back of my hamstrings on my calves, so I'm happy enough with the depth. You do have to wear Olympic weightlifting shoes with it though. This pad here, once you flip it up for the bottom plate, it is completely flat. It doesn't have an angle to it, so I'll wear Olympic lifting shoes to get the angle that I need for proper depth and good form. I've got the ATX, I bought it when this one was still called Barbarian line, 125 kilo lat pull down low row. Awesome bit of kit, nice and compact. They do have a new one coming out, but given the size constraints, I don't think I'll be upgrading. I will, hopefully, maybe if I get a decent bonus from work this year, I'll get rid of this brute force faulty functional trainer, and I want to replace that with the new ATX wall mount functional trainer, the one with the pivoting arms. But the Facebook, thanks for sticking with us, the Facebook find today was actually this bad boy here. I have no idea what brand it is, and when I bought it, it was grey, works perfectly, but the handles needed changing, and so thankfully I had some spare rubber left over from when I refurbished the leg extension. And I've just given it a bit of a sand, given it a respray with some metal paint and prime combo top coat, high gloss black, and then put new rubber on all of the handles. So yeah, we now have another. I used to have a Cybex plate loaded chest supported row, but I was maxing the stack out on that, and so I got rid of it. And now we have this plate loaded one where I could easily stick at least 100 kilos worth of plates on that. I don't think I'm going to max this bad boy out any time. It's a 4-point linkage that you can see. So it's not an L-shaped handle like you see on the Hammer Strength. It's got the 2 points for the handle and the base arm, and then 2 more points with that crossbar. So a 4-point linkage. I'll put a little bit of footage on the back end of me using it. But I find it's got a much better load profile than the Hammer Strength. One of the reasons most people don't like sitting down on the Hammer Strength is because it starts a little bit lighter, gets heavier in the mid-range, and then lightens off again, whereas this machine's a bit truer to biomechanics. So as your joints stack up, think of when you start to stand up in a squat, you actually get stronger as your joints stack one over the top of the other. So in the case of a supported row, as you pull your arm back, you actually get weaker. So realistically, if it was going to match the strength curve, the weight should start heaviest at the bottom and get a little bit lighter as you pull it up, and that's exactly what happens on this machine. So this was only $200. So yet again, another sub $500 Facebook find for a very nice piece of kit that took about 1.5 cans of spray paint and $10 worth of rubber grips. Thanks Sam's Fitness for the rubber grips. And yeah, I reckon it looks like a brand new machine. Thanks everyone for waiting until the end. See you guys.